Hi there, Logic Language Learners. So this is a really useful video. I'm really sorry, I thought it was already on here, but apparently not. So this is a video on a construction which is very common in French, which is using faire, the verb to do, to make, with the reflexive, to create a passive construction. So what I mean by that is, for example, sorry for the sad example, so he is going to kill himself, il va se suicider, il va se tuer, whatever. He's going to get himself killed, il va se faire tuer. He's going to get himself killed. So let's have a little talk about a few of these ideas that surround this, that really make this make sense in your head, and then I'm just going to leave in the description just a load of examples, and we'll talk about that really quickly. So as per normal, if you don't understand anything else, do drop me an email, logiclanguagelearning@gmail.com. Can I remind you there's still all the vocab files on special offer for anybody that finds me through YouTube, which is 4 hours plus of exam board vocabulary to really get you fluent with your vocabulary. So do please contact me about those files. And they're at a discount price of £25 UK. So, off we go. If I asked you to say, he makes me happy, we've talked about this before, but you'd use the verb rendre. So when you make somebody an adjective, you're going to use rendre. Okay? So he makes me happy, il me rend content. They make me sad, ils me rendent triste. There's other verbs that mean to make someone sad or make someone an emotion, you know, il m'attriste, il me chagrine, whatever. But to make someone an adjective, we generally use rendre. If we're making somebody do something, so for example, he makes me speak, Luc makes me speak French, I should bloody well hope so. So Luc makes me speak, Luc me fait parler, Luc me fait parler. So let's just write that down for a second. I'll pop it in the description, but it's useful to see it. So Luc me fait parler. Let's just have a little look at that. So if you see Luc me fait parler, okay, Luc me fait parler, what we've got in this is the fact that who's doing the verb in that sentence? Luc makes me speak. Okay, so the speaking is being done by me. Luc makes me speak. Okay. So what we've really got to think of now is who's doing the verb that comes after the faire. Okay. So if I used a reflexive verb, so for example, if I said je me coupe les cheveux, and for those of you that don't realise why we're using the reflexive verb with a lot of body part sayings, it's because we don't tend to, you can, but we try and avoid using possessives with body parts. So you won't say my leg, for example. So if you say I broke my leg, you wouldn't say, we'll talk about why this is what it is in a second, but you wouldn't say you wouldn't say you wouldn't say j'ai cassé ma jambe. You'd say je me suis cassé la jambe. I broke myself the leg. Okay? So, which is also on another video I'm about to shortly do on why we use the indirect pronoun for to somebody. Okay? So keep your eye out for that video. That will be coming up very soon this week. So what I'm basically trying to say is, if you did a reflexive verb normally, we've played around with those. That's the system that we call the poetry past. And if you don't understand using reflexives in the past, I will pop the link in the description as well, and you can watch that video first. So for example, if I say I shave, je me rase, I shaved, je me suis rasé, I'm going to shave, je vais me raser. In all of those verbs, I'm the one shaving myself. So it's basically I shave myself, okay? If I say je me coupe les cheveux, now a lot of the time people say that in English and in French, oh, you cut your hair. Now, sometimes you could maybe cut your own hair, you know, a girl trims her split ends or a guy uses clippers or something, but generally when you say, oh, you cut your hair, it normally means somebody else cut your hair for you, okay? So this is where we could introduce the concept of the verb faire. If you say I got tattooed, you know, I got my hair cut, we're using this word got, okay? So what we really need to start thinking about is that there's a couple of gots, really, and we've talked about this before. And I've kind of covered this in another video on got. So if, for example, you say I got washed, or I got dressed, or I got you know, or I get washed, I get dressed. These are verbs where, okay, forget the got for the moment. Who got you washed? You did. Who got you dressed? You did. So don't obsess about the word got. Like I said, think about who's doing the verb. So if you say I get washed, generally, je me lave, I wash myself. I got washed, yeah, I washed myself. So poetry past, reflexive in the past, je me suis lavé, okay? Fine. I got up, je me suis levé, I woke up, you know, whatever. So that's verbs when you yourself do something to yourself. And often that will use get in English. You know, I wash, I get washed, okay? Fine. What we're talking about is when you use got to refer to somebody else's verb action on you. So for example, stop, you're going to get arrested, or stop, you're going to get killed. In that sentence, okay, or he got arrested, he got killed, bearing in mind the got choice is often the second choice for the passive in English, we'll often use to be. So he was killed, he was arrested, kind of thing. Who did the killing? I don't know why I'm feeling sad. There's not. I'm talking about a hypothetical example. Who did the killing? Not him. Who did the arresting? Not him. So a police officer, male or female, arrested them. Who killed them? Someone else. He got killed. He got himself killed. Something else killed him. He didn't kill himself. So when you do this construction, you are going to insert the word faire. Your first verb, reflexively, will be faire. So the infinitive of this will be se faire, plus whatever verb is going to happen to you that will be done to you by somebody else. So for example, I cut my hair, je me coupe les cheveux. I cut myself the hair, okay? And that's generally how we do body parts. Watch out for that video in a moment on that. But if I say, I'm going to get my hair cut, je vais me faire, infinitive, couper les cheveux. Or present tense, je me fais couper les cheveux. I got my hair cut, je me suis fait couper les cheveux. All of these will be underneath. So if I gave you the verb se laver, and I said stick this in the past, those of you that watch the videos would go, okay, poetry past, je me suis lavé, je me suis rasé, je me suis réveillé, whatever. So if I said, okay, I'd like you to have the verb se faire, automatically you'd say je me suis fait, tu t'es fait, il s'est fait, all of this business, okay? And that's fine. So keep reading the description while I'm talking to you about this. So all you then would need to do is stick the next verb in the infinitive, okay? And be very careful because you're going to hear in your mind, I got myself killed, he got himself killed, or he got himself arrested. And you want to use the past, but it's not the past. So for example, he got arrested, he made himself arrested. So forget the arrested for a second. If you just said he washed himself, il s'est lavé. Or he makes himself, he washes himself, il se lave, he makes himself, il se fait. He made himself, il s'est fait. So it's kind of the poetry past system, in fact it definitely is, but with faire. Okay? So I made myself arrested, in other words I got arrested, je me suis fait arrêter, tu t'es fait arrêter, il s'est fait arrêter, okay? Elle s'est fait arrêter. So, as we've talked about before, when you use the poetry past method, okay, and I'm going to have to do another specific little video on this. When you use the poetry past method, the je me suis, tu t'es, il s'est, nous, nous sommes, vous, vous êtes, ils se sont. So that's how I refer to using the infinitive, the reflexive verbs in the past. And I say just use the system je me suis plus whatever the past word is of your verb. They're not always going to have an E and an S on the end of the past word. Some people go, oh, well, it's etra in the middle, therefore it needs E and S. And that's not strictly speaking the case. It's all about whether it's direct or indirect. So, for example, we got washed, nous nous sommes lavés, we were the thing that got washed. Yes, we were washed, you know. So that would be nous nous sommes lavés with an E and with an S, or possibly E and S if we're all ladies. Versus, you know, we showed each other our photographs, nous nous sommes montrés nos photos, what was shown in the sentence, the photographs. So that's not a direct use of the verb, so that would not have an E and an S. So don't worry about that too much for now. All of this is to basically say that with these options, je me suis fait, there is obviously a feminine option, je me suis faite. Because in the sentence, je me suis faite, whatever, okay, there's the possibility that, you know, that you are the thing that you made yourself, and if you're a feminine you know, person, if you're a female, you identify as female, you are going to be adding an E on there. Now, this is also to bring to your attention, and we'll have a little look at lingui in a second, this is also something that happens with quite a lot of adjectives. So if you said to, if someone walked in and said, oh, you look lovely, are you going out? You said, yes, I made myself all nice, you know, is what we'd kind of say in French for, you know, I made an effort. So you can say, je me suis faite toute belle, I made myself all beautiful, you know. If a woman said that, a man somebody could say that about a man as well, il s'est fait beau, you know, he made himself handsome. Now you might go, hang on, to make somebody an adjective is the verb rendre. Yeah, but that's just the French expression. So you can use se faire plus an adjective. Absolutely you can, and we'll look at those in a second when we have a little play on lingui. But all of this is to bring to your attention the fact that you can have je me suis faite with a feminine, all right? If it's feminine, or elle s'est faite with a feminine, or nous sommes faites with a feminine, okay? That's just to bring that to your attention. So let's just have a look at some examples of where we could use this, okay? So if so I've typed in je me suis fait into lingui. So I've been had. Je me suis fait avoir. I've been had. In the sentence, you know, who had me? Yeah, who cheated me? Who, you know, somebody else. So I can use this. Je me suis fait avoir. Okay. Don't forget as well, a lot of the expressions, there are other expressions that use se faire. I have to keep stressing that. So, je me suis fait mal. Yeah, I've hurt myself. Yeah, je me suis fait mal. We're on about using this with verbs, okay? I got operated on. Okay, I got operated on. Who did the operation? It wasn't like, you know, me, like Rambo, sort of like biting down on something while I stitch my wound with a leaf or something. No. Half of you are too young to remember Rambo. But the fact is, it's someone else is operating on you. So I got operated on. Je me suis fait, infinitive, opérer. Okay? Engueuler. Girl is face or mouth, yeah? Girl is face or mouth. Gueuler is to yell at somebody. Engueuler is to kind of be told off. So I got told off. Je me suis fait engueuler. Je me suis fait engueuler, okay? I was arrested. Je me suis fait arrêter. Okay, he got killed. Il s'est fait tuer. So these are very, very, very common expressions. Now these can be used in any tense, obviously. Yeah. Il va se faire tuer. He's going to get arrested. Il va se faire arrête, sinon tu vas te faire engueuler. Stop, otherwise you're going to get told off. Yeah, you're going to get yourself told off. Okay. So with this get business, obviously there's times when we will use other constructions. So, you know, I got operated on. I could just as well say they operated on me. Ils m'ont opéré. Or, or I got seen. Ils m'ont vu, or on m'a vu. One saw me, or they saw me, which are very common constructions. So in French, we often like to make a passive. That's when someone else is doing something to you. We try and make that an active. So, for example, I was seen, they saw me, on m'a vu. Those are all other possibilities with the passive. I've got videos on the passive. If you need the passive videos, do let me know. But the point is, we are playing with se faire. So let's look at some examples. I got tattooed. Who did the tattooing? Not me. So, je me suis fait tatouer. Yeah, infinitive. Okay. I'm going to get tattooed. Je vais me faire tatouer. Okay, it surprises a lot of people because they always think I'm crazy. I have no tattoos, nothing. Okay, what else could we have? Je me suis fait. So I got stung by an insect. The verb to be stung by an insect is piquer, piquer. Okay, which is also slang for steal. So I got stung. I didn't sting myself. So I got myself stung. Je me suis fait piquer. Yeah. By a guêpe, a wasp, or, you know, whatever, une abeille, a bee. Je me suis fait, let me type in and see what else comes up, some more examples. Je me suis fait, yeah, so I went brown. Okay, so